of addiction, I'm going to break this down into three, and I want you to, whenever thoughts come through, you need to know which phase you're at. The first phase is the essentials. It's, do you know why you have gotten into this in the first place? This is the troubleshooting. It's figuring out, why you got into it, how you got into it, which is why I begun this series with, you know how did you fall in love, what was the first time, what kept you going. All of these things I kept asking in the beginning, because this is the essentials, this is the troubleshooting. We are figuring out the essentials of who am I and why am I doing what am I doing. And then we arrive to the next phase, which is the dark. And this is dark work. So this is like, okay, we understand, let's say, I am addicted because of something that happened to me 5 years ago. I was in a toxic relationship and it ruined my life. Okay, now that I was in a toxic relationship and it ruined my life, and now I know it led to a sense of bad self worth, I'm gonna do the dark work. So whether it's, sitting down and journaling about it and releasing all of these dark emotions, whether it's, understanding and like battling what's happening and reprogramming yourself and going like, well, this is wrong and I learned this about myself and I'm going to learn something new about myself, that no, I used to think that I'm weak. I'm no longer weak. How am I not a weak person? What is this new person that's not weak going to do? Basically, it's anything that's dark work. It's facing the darkness, it's the discomfort, it's the annoyance, it's the hard stuff. And this is the theme around this is usually very like psychological warfare, and it's strategic, and it's the nitty gritty. And this is what my area of expertise is basically helping you go through the darker elements and just helping you sort of break through it, and like battling your demons, because your demons are not your friends. Your demons want what's worst for you, not what's best for you. And then you have the third section, which is, thrival. It's the light. It's like, so you have essentials, dark, and light. And the light is all about learning how to bask in your own light. Now that you're out of this toxic relationship and you know that you're worthy of so much more, you start to go like, hey, what does a life of me being worthy look like? What does it look like for me to be happy? What does it look like for me to be successful? What does a healthy relationship look like? You can't sit and have these conversations with yourself if you don't know why you even got into the toxic relationship to begin with, which is the essentials. You don't understand, you haven't done the work to unravel why you have a deep sense of like lack of self-worth, which is all about in the dark, for you to sit in the light and be like, now I get to think of my future career, my future life with so much peace. And I can actually imagine a life and actually feel deserving of it. So, throughout this 33-day journey, we are really truly going through the essentials, the dark, and the light. And throughout this journey, I really want you to sit down and ask yourself where you're at. What do you need to spend more time with? Do you know why you're doing what you're doing? Amazing. So you're not in the essentials. Do you know, are you at the moment battling these aspects? Great, you're in the dark. Have you battled these aspects and now you want to imagine some like light within it, and like you really are ready to overcome it, you're ready to let go of that addiction, you're ready to move on, you're ready to do whatever it is that you want to do? Amazing. Now you're at the light. And here's the thing about this process, usually you're always going to go through these processes. Okay, like this is like a toolkit, this is like something that will forever change your life. But you're going to do this whole like essentials, dark, light as a one shot thing. And then throughout your life, when problems arise and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm like craving things again, I'm about to relapse. Why am I relapsing? Essentials. Okay, how can I face that? Maybe I need to do some hypnotherapy. Dark. All right, now how can I prevent this from happening, and how can I become even better out of after, you know, now that I didn't relapse, how am I going to celebrate myself because now I broke the pattern? Light. You see what I'm saying? Essentials, dark, light, essentials, dark, light, essentials, dark, light. And this is the methodology that I have spent the majority of my life creating, and this is my life's work. So where are you in your journey? Because right now I'm at the light after being, I spent years in essentials. I spent years in the dark. And recently, I am in the light. And let me tell you something, it is fantastic. It is one of the most amazing, wonderful, incredible places to be. And this is like advanced, high level manifestation, like just really good stuff. And I really can't wait for you to have that. So, yeah, where are you at?